where we're at with this project.
Sure. As Jim said, I'm here to tell you tonight that we're on track to get transparency implemented in 2016, as promised by him. The decision to do an online transparency program has not been taken lightly. We have been looking into our options on how to accomplish this since late 2014. Jim and I have had multiple discussions with the State Treasurer's Office as well as other vendor options. As Jim has discussed previously, the Auditor's Office is committed to doing transparency, but to start with, we are going to be using an enhancement to our financial system rather than what was demonstrated to you by the State Treasurer's Office. This is not to say we still won't be using the State Treasurer's site, but we will be taking a different path to get there. We anticipate rolling out the transparency program by mid-summer 2016. As has been stated previously, we had several server and program updates and upgrades we needed to address first. The next upgrade is scheduled for early summer, which will give me the final piece I needed to be able to put in place prior to the public release of the transparency program. I know that you were presented with the demonstration of the state system, but getting the information into their system is not as simple and easy as downloading information into a spreadsheet and sending it off to the state. Although our records are all public records, not all of our records are open records. We literally have millions of transactions that would need to be reviewed. That would mean our data could only be posted to the state's website, possibly only once per year due to the time involved in the process. In my research of this, I have learned that large communities our size or larger have had to hire outside accounting firms to assist them in providing the information to the state's program. Our solution solves this problem. By using the program that we've decided upon, I'm able to use the existing financial system structure to more easily vet the data in minimal time. In addition, the information will be updated weekly rather than just annually, and we will be also showing revenues in addition to expenses to make a more complete checkbook. Per our discussion with the State Treasurer's Office, their system can only show expenses. Many of you are probably not aware that the Ohio House has proposed a bill dealing with transparency in 2015 that I've been following closely. This is the legislative issue that Jim has referred to that needed to be addressed. Originally, this bill was written, as it was written, would have required any entity that started using online transparency to continue ad infinitum with the software program the entity started with. I've had multiple discussions with OML regarding concerns I saw in this bill and was invited to the State House. I also had multiple discussions with State Representative Robert Sprague about my concerns. I went to Columbus with intentions of testifying in opposition to the bill. Not because I don't believe in transparency, but because of the unfunded burdens this would have placed on government entities throughout the state. Due to my concerns, Representative Sprague arranged a personal meeting for me to sit down with one of the bill sponsors, Representative Mike Duffy, who also acknowledged many of my concerns. Also, in our discussion with the State Treasurer's Office, we've also learned the transparency program is not necessarily free. Treasurer Mandel has only committed to pay for the cost of the program for a limited time. It is our understanding that it would cost the state approximately $18,000 per year just to add Findlay to their site. Our solution is significantly less expensive, directly tied to our financial system, will provide more data, and will be updated weekly. So should the Ohio House pass House Bill 130 in some other form, our solution is better financially for us. So as stated, we are on track for Auditor Stashak's promise to provide transparency in 2016.
Comment from council?
I just want to thank Ginger for that update. I think it's great, and I like the part that you're adding the revenue side into it because I think that's really important, and we discussed that with the state a couple months back. So thank you for updating us.
Welcome.
Any other comments? Mr. Russell.
So will the same interface that Mandel's office provides have access to this data, to our data?
We are not able to make a link directly onto Mandel's site because actually our financial system and the system that the State Treasurer's Office is using are competing companies. That's the reason why we are starting with the financial system that we have in place right now, and we've had in place for quite a few years, first to vet the data, and it'll be make it easier for me to go ahead and download the information then to the State Treasurer's Office because I won't have to do as much scrubbing.
So this is an extension onto the Munis system then?
That is correct.
And there's no Munis users that are on Mandel's site, is that?
There are Munis users that are on Mandel's site. However, they are doing other things. Just like I said, there are other entities that are actually hiring outside accounting firms.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Any other comments?